network to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Look, it's Ebro Rosenberg and Laura Stiles. Man, the squad is together again to celebrate my girl, June Ambrose, one time on the program. Ooh. Hey, June.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
We are blessed. Now, if people, they may know the name, but they don't know the resume. June has been making sure that everybody looks like they know how to dress for some time now. From Diddy and Hove. I mean, you got Hove wearing the double-breasted suits with no shirt under it. That's all you.
Yeah, that was we collaborated on that. I have to say collaboration because he's a
creative
king, so.
himself.
Yeah, we collaborate really well. But he was all for it. He's the perfect muse. I mean, he thought it was time to let loose. What perfect time to do that. Not only did we move out of black, but we just went full, we went from a black and white movie to a colored film. So it was kind of a fun moment.
What makes someone the perfect muse? Just willingness? Or what exactly? Because people always say that. What does it mean exactly?
Swag, the translation, just being able to articulate the look once it comes off the hanger. It really, attitude, swag, juxtaposition of the body, the confidence, the way the shoulders fall back, the way if it's a woman, the way she walks, it's a number of things. It's really how they translate the look. That's the perfect muse for me. The person that really can carry it off.
You've been a creative director. I mean, you're just like a style icon. But talk about working with Missy Elliott, somebody who's known for these amazing, amazing looks, who pushed boundaries. How are those conversations in trying to, develop certain looks for certain shoots?
Yeah, I've worked with Missy from the inception of her career, from the not garbage bag, but the inflatable patent leather suit, and all the way up into recent. We shot 6 music videos a couple of years ago in a week, and that was kind of like with the comeback album. It was a moment. I mean, I love working with Missy because she doesn't take herself too seriously. She's she'll dare to wear. She's another kind of individual that understands that it's about performance. It's about the full picture. She doesn't go halfway. She goes all the way. And she trusts me, and she allows me to really kind of, she gives me the creative license. And I think that's important too as well.
Now, June, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
In the boogie down. I grew up in the Bronx. I was born in Antigua in the West Indies, but I grew up in the Bronx, where hip hop was born.
Talk to him. Now, there's a lot of you see in people. There's a lot of stylists out here, and you were styling at a time where I'm sure it was very new and hard to get clothes for artists. I think I remember seeing an interview once. You were talking about going around trying to get clothes for different videos, and people was like, "I'm not giving you clothes. Like, what are you talking about?" Can you talk? Can you talk about that early grind of being and I'm using air quotes, a hip hop stylist? Because now, obviously, your style and the way you present people is crossing all boundaries and influence all cultures, like street culture and hip hop has always done. But now you're getting credit for it, just like hip hop's getting credit for it. But talk about those early days in establishing yourself.
I've always seen that genre of music as being something that was rogue and rock and roll, and not one specific genre. It wasn't where you were from; it was where you were going, right? So, I've entered the business as a costume designer. I was a costume designer in theater, and I understood how to develop a character, and I brought that same theory and aesthetic to the music business. So before the fashion houses opened the doors, I already kind of had had figured it out. If you're not going to say yes, I'm going to make you take notice. So we started building and creating this. Jay's first suit was a custom design suit by myself. It was a linen suit in a music video we did in Jamaica. You feeling it? And right. And that was before Giorgio Armani said yes, and before all these different fashion houses said yes. It's when they started to take notice and they realized that hip hop culture was really driving, retail sales. People were walking into stores looking for puffy, shiny suit. They were looking for Missy's plastic covered nylon moments. So, I came in not asking for permission. And I think that was the most important thing. Yeah, eventually, they wanted to collaborate, but not initially. And you just have to be prepared. When one door is closed, you open. You build another one, and you go and you walk through.
So when you
And
see
don't come in
young
like a
people,
kitten. Come in like a ferocious, panther. You gotta
lion.
come move. Yes, you gotta move stealth and just stay swift. I don't get distracted, and I think
So
that
when
was
you see
important.
young people today wanting to be a stylist, and a lot of times today you see stylists and it's their ability to go get clothes, but you said you are a costume designer first. Do you have any insights for the young stylists out here that want to make an impact on the game today?
Yeah, I think that you put the client first. It's not about what trends are popping and what's happening. Understand you're not dressing a mannequin. You're working with an individual who has a spirit that you want to capture, who has a story they need to tell. And I think if you approach it that way, I mean, for me, it's like the fact that I had the ability to style, which is merchandising, really helped when I was designing this Puma collection, because to be able to merchandise something and create it, you can see it in so many different ways. And I think that, stylists have to always kind of see things from so many different sides, but really remove their own personal opinions in terms of how they see themselves in the moment, and really think about the subject, think about the market, think about the consumer, who do they want to attract. It's development, and you're building, and and that's how I think that you really make something beautiful, like art. Sometimes you have a blank canvas, sometimes there's art already on the wall, and you kind of have to just, recreate it. How many times have artists, painted over things that have already existed? So it's the same approach. At least that's
You
the way I
just
look
brought
at
up
it.
you just brought up the Puma collection. You are excuse me for failing on the actual title, but June Ambrose has created the women's basketball line for Puma coming out, correct?
Yes, it's called the High Court Collective, and it's for the women's basketball division. We call it Women's Puma Hoops Collection. It's in that division.
So, because those girls, listen, and shout to all the women ballers out there, because they are definitely taking the throne right now with, you see the guys in the NBA trying to do their fashion thing, you know what I mean? And they're doing a damn good job. But the women, I believe, are really leaning in and showing how to be, athletic as well as sexy and stylish, as well as, fashionable. They're really leaning in. Did you see that before taking this? Did you see the women in basketball and athletics going in this direction?
The conversation definitely there was a whisper, but I wanted there to be more of a raw. So, we saw that there was an opportunity. There was a space. I saw it as a white space, and I definitely wanted, when it was offered to me, to take a go at it. I didn't come from like an full athletic perspective. I bought the collection as life is a sport. So in using that, we're talking about on the court, off the court. There's performance infused in the collection. It's 24 pieces in the collection, but there's also style. So I want to take over that tunnel moment. That tunnel will become our girls' new runway. And we want to, just start to make a little bit of more, open the conversation stylistically. And I think that it gets the consumers more interested in who they are. And I want people to show up to the games. We need to support each other. We need to support these women who really put it all. They work all year round. They don't get to take off like the guys.
That's right.
For them to make the kind of money that they need to make to sustain and make it worth their while, they're literally going out of the country to play for other teams. So their season's not over. It's all year round. And I don't know if people know that, but it's unfortunate, but it's what women, as we women have to do. We work extra harder, we play harder.
I was with June for the celebration of the launch, Ebro, and the collection is so fire. It's for everyone. You don't have to be an athlete, and you had models from different sizes, and it was just I think the main thing that everybody loved. They were just like, yo, this is so the versatility in each piece, like to go out on a date or just to hang out. It's just fly. You did an excellent job. Everybody was super proud of it, and it was great.
No, I appreciate that. It was, I worked on the collection over the pandemic, so I had to use my AI, my authentic intelligence, to kind of really imagine who this consumer is, because we don't know her yet. Like, I think everyone, it's still a new space, and we don't really know who we're going to attract and who we want to adopt into this, who we want to be our starting lineup is everyone who's purchasing the collection right now. They're joining the team. And I think there's something, and we have guys, there are guys, allies wearing the pieces too. It's so cool. And it's just the way I imagined it to be. You just, You just have to really kind of trust your gut, like I did, in the days of working on music videos. You take risk and you pull it all out there, and you trust that this is what the marketplace needed. And I just felt like a little color wouldn't be so bad for the holiday, and for, why come in modest? Why not just risk it all, right?
June come in modest. That doesn't even. I don't. It's not a. It's not a thing.
I don't know, right?
That's
Is that
not
how
a
you
thing.
see me?
Not. I mean, I see you as amazing, beautiful, but you're vibrant at all times. If you follow June Ambrose on Instagram, bruh, it is a party nonstop.
I like to dance. Yeah.
It's nonstop. So, June, right now, in fashion, right? And hip hop has been influencing fashion since long before we was getting credit. Shout out to Dapper Dan and everybody who did it early. But right now, with the passing of Virgil, I feel like there's been an awakening of a conversation of people paying attention to the amount of black people making an impact, not only starting their own brands and businesses and making a lot of money doing so, but working for the big fashion houses. For the layman like myself who don't know the inner workings and the complications of fashion, for a long time we heard Kanye ranting and raving about, being the influence being used in of the big fashion houses, but not allowing the creators and the culture into the big fashion houses. Is there any insight you as a designer and a stylist and somebody who creates from scratch, like you said, using your authentic intelligence, is there any insight that you can give us on what we should be looking for or trying to understand about that world of fashion? Because I don't really know if beyond wearing the clothes, everyone understands how important it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a great question, and it's loaded. I mean, first I have to say I'm still heartbroken over the loss of Virgil. That was a huge hit, not just for the fashion industry, but as a culture in general. But what he was able to accomplish in his 12 short years, really kind of taking a go at it, is tremendous. And he really left a blueprint that I think will continue to impact, creatives, long after, years to come and further. But I think what he did, what he was able to do, and Kanye as well. I mean, he's within the corporate structure of, and understands, and they've seen the corporate confines of these big global, fashion brands. They're just starting to scratch the surface on how they collaborate with us. I think that we will start to see more opportunities open up. I think that they understand that our creativity is somewhat unparalleled and is unmatched, and I think that it's the start of something new. But I think we still have to remember ownership, and however you can start to kind of create and own, pieces of your deals, whether you're getting equity and all those kind of things, and make those part. I think the same way the music industry went under, construction. I think the fashion industry and the way that their creative directors and artistic directors will start to make, different moves as well.
Are those pieces behind you a part of the Puma line?
They are. Yeah.
Can we see them? Can you show us?
Oh, this is the quad jacket. So this is one of my favorites because it's one of those jackets that's not coming out till February. Because as every company, we had some delays and stuff like that. But we were very lucky to get most of the collection in. But we're going to drop this during All-Star Weekend. It literally can be worn 7 different ways. I just posted on my Instagram some influencers wearing it and showing you how to break it down. This jacket comes apart. You can wear it from the winter time into the spring. It has a vest. It has a fleece. It's for all different body types, short and long, vertically challenged. You're good. Then I did a nod to I did this like Campbell's soup, tomato red, asymmetric.
That's fire
hoodie
too.
Yeah, this
that
was
nods
fire.
back to it's
girls
super
gonna
soft.
eat that up.
Yeah, wash French terry. It's sexy in a really surprising kind of modest kind of way. Our biker shorts and our leggings, they all hug the woman's curves. So these are the form stripes. So if you don't have a butt, it gives you a little lift.
There you
If
go.
You don't have hips.
Girls love
you know what I
that,
mean?
son.
Yeah.
Y'all be tricking us with these leggings out here. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all
And I
tricking
wanted
us.
to accentuate a woman's, curves and accentuate her body, her body. We did a breakaway pant, the diggings that feel like a trouser, but, still very sporty with mesh lining. I mean, I really paid attention to detail. And I also thought about like women who's, who may be modest or really uncomfortable under construction. They don't like their arms. So a lot of performance material. This all has performance. This is dry cell. So it covers the arms, but you can still sweat in it. It still makes you feel sexy. The leggings are high waisted. So if you got a little pocket on the bottom, I got you. It gives you a little nice hold. Reversible tees. Oh, this is another one, Ebro. I want to see you in this.
Here we go.
Laura had
What's this here?
She got to feel it. It is the Madison faux fur robe.
Ooh.
So just,
I need
guys
that.
are
Send me
buying
that.
this up.
Bro,
Wait, is
it's
that what is
cozy
that? Is that
central.
3/4 length? What is that?
It comes to the shin. You can have it.
That's me.
2X. Yeah, it's all the way swagged out. I'd love to see you rock that. A lot of guys are picking it up. The rugby is a throwback piece too as well. Guys are wearing this as well. Again, nice twill, wash garments, every little detail I paid attention to, the plackets, the flocking. I was really
So wait, hang on. That robe is on sale right now. I can go get it.
Yeah, $225.
Oh wait, hold up. So before
It's a
this
good
interview
holiday
go
gift,
live,
too.
let me go cop me a robe. Hang on. Because by the time I get there, it's gonna be like, we'll send you an email when it's back in
Well,
stock.
we launched last week, and product we had a good sell through this weekend. So,
So
good luck.
would this be under collaborations on the Puma website?
Well, we have a microsite, so you can go into Puma women's basketball. It's not. See, the thing is, this is not June Ambrose times Puma. That comes next year.
Okay.
This is me launching the division. So my name is attached to it only as a creative director in that way. It's not branded on the merchandise, but I take ownership of it in terms of, I'm fully, it feels like it's a baby that I birthed. But this collection is really to celebrate the women in the WNBA, our female athletes. And, we have Brianna Stewart, we have Skylar Diggins, we have Katie Lou, we have Jackie Young, 4 extraordinary female athletes that are part of the Puma family. And this is really just to set up what's to come for them. They all have things coming, which is exciting. So I told them I'd pave the way. And I think this is a good way to get the conversation started.
June, first of all this stuff looks amazing.
Thank you.
What do you remember, speaking of basketball, you've been with Hove since Feeling It, so we're going all the way back to 96, Reasonable Doubt. Do you remember one of the most iconic things that Hove did in relation to fashion, for better or for worse, was when he deaded the jerseys? And he said it. He said it on record, and I mean, you could go back and ask Mitchell and Ness. They saw the sales fall off a cliff in that moment. Fortunately, they've bounced back since, but it was a rough period. Do you remember those conversations and that thought process at all when he grew up?
Well, yeah, of course, I was there. I was part of that evolution. It was really, but I also designed the first basketball jersey dress for the NBA store. I did a whole big past, present, and future.
June.
Yeah. So remember the Carolina blue jersey that Maya wore in the video? Yes. That was a jersey. That wasn't a dress, and I tailored it and contoured it and made it a dress.
Yo, that sent women in a frenzy, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's a lot of little things that I guess I'm ghost about, kind of like the Wizard. A lot of little things. I guess next, in 23 for the 50th year of hip hop, maybe all that will come out. But there's so many stories I can tell.
We got to get you up there at the Universal Hip Hop Museum in the Bronx, since you're from the Bronx too, and do like a whole June Ambrose installation up there where people could really go see.
I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about that.
What's your
just to answer your question? I don't know if I answered this question.
No, you didn't really. So take us through
it. I took the brag tag moment on it.
Yeah. So tell us what happened.
No, I mean, it was just time for. It was time for him to evolve. It was like, but look, Jay has reinvented himself so many times over and over again, and I love that we keep him guessing. You know what I mean? And when things become a little bit too saturated, we kind of move on from it. But I think that's what it was about, him evolving out of that particular moment. We had done it. It's an iconic moment. We look back, and it's something that we will celebrate. But it was time for him to move on from it.
Who do we blame for the lime green suit in Sunshine?
I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus right now.
All right. We won't do that.
You can't blame Jay for it.
Don't blame Jay. Don't blame Jay. What's your favorite? Okay, what's your favorite thing that you did that nobody knows you did, and we could tell them right now?
Oh my God.
What's your
My
favorite thing that you're like, yo, people don't even know I did that, and that thing rang off?
Yeah, like what? Like iconic moments with Busta Rhymes? Like what?
Oh yeah, I mean, but people know I did like the put your hands where your eyes can see, and had him dressing androgynous before it was even a thing. We were wearing, we were bending, gender bending back then. I mean, it was like, oh wow. Maybe the socket to me. Yeah, where Missy had the big M. People were like, oh, they owe you a check. I don't know. Do they know that? I don't know. I don't know what people know anymore.
Got it. I mean, that makes
the
sense.
Lauryn Hill, the one that popped off. I think I gave you guys one, the jersey. I think that was definitely
the jersey.
That's big.
Yeah.
June, I love you so much.
I love you more.
I'm so happy to be able to call you a friend, and for people who may not know, June is a phenomenal human being. I don't know how you make time for all the people you make time for, and return every text, and make sure that everybody has clothes, and it's pretty amazing. And June's a mom and a wife this whole time, making all this amazingness happen and balancing it all. And I think it's great to be able to give you your flowers today, and I'm happy for you, and I'm happy that you're happy about this Puma collab too.
I am. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, all of you, for.
And where's that? And where can people get that hat though? Because people watching this interview is like, yo, where's the hat, son?
Puma.com. I'm going to be at Nordstrom's on Wednesday too, for an in-store appearance. But yeah, Puma.com. The Puma, if you're in New York, is at the Puma store. Check out our flagship shop. Check out the shop and shop. A lot of fun things going on in the locker rooms. If you open the locker room, it shows you how to wear the gear. I got a whole fashion breakdown, quick change video. If you all know, I'm always stripping down my clothes on Instagram. So
transitions are mean on Instagram.
I made one especially for you guys when you go into the retail store for some engagement, and all of our retail partners are going to have that content as well. So. Hope it helps you guys out if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the pieces and figuring out, what am I going to do with this? I got you.
There it is. The great June Ambrose. Thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
have
June.
a great week. All right.
Take care.
Lots of love. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.